live on Instagram. Welcome on Instagram. Welcome on Facebook and YouTube and on Zoom. For those that are joining me live on Zoom, welcome. Great to have you here. So today for Magical Monday, I'll be talking about the full moon energy, but how it's impacting you personally because the energy is intense. But just to let you know, this is a powerful journey that we're all on, and we're going to really feel it for the next 6 months and also into the next 2 years. So energetically, it is bringing up a lot of stuff to the surface for us to heal. And this is an exciting time. This is such a pivotal time for our deep internal transformation. So I'll be talking about more of that, and I've still got people coming in on Zoom. So welcome, and I'll open the chat up for Facebook and okay, so I've got the Facebook comments up if you would like to receive a card, and I'll just move it over to my other screen so I'm not ducking. Okay, full moon that we had last night, or it was last night here in Australia, around 8:30 p.m. And so wherever you are in the world, you would have felt the energy, but it's going to be really intense for the next few days. So we're still in that full moon energy. And so if you are feeling a lot of emotions being triggered, this is a wonderful time to actually do some deep reflection and really looking at the fears that are coming up, because this is shining a light. Every full moon shines a light on what's working, what's not working. But this full moon, because it's on the end of Capricorn, so this is the second Capricorn full moon that we had. And so it's extra powerful. And this is all to help us on our journey and to really take charge of our life and also to step into our power. And so I'll ask you this: where have you been giving your power away to others or to situations, circumstances, to authority? And so who who is your authority in your life? That's a question while I just let in Mark as well. And so this is a perfect opportunity to really feel into what's coming to the surface for you so that you can clear it. And welcome, Mark. Great to have you here. And also, the next 6 months is all about change. So the energy is going to continue to bubble up for the rest of this year. Next month in August is going to be really intense. We also have the 8/8 portal, and then it'll continue in October, November, this year. So on this journey, and I've said this before, please be gentle and kind to yourself. And this is what I take my clients through. I hold their hand to help them through all these ups and downs, because there's a lot of people that are going through a lot of relationship challenges right now and endings. So this full moon is about endings and completion, and it's like the old is crumbling. Now, and this is about relationships, but also about crumbling of systems because they're not working. And we're seeing this in the political situation, especially in the US. And those, it's the political, and I don't want to bring in too much of the politics, but we're seeing all these systems just crumble because they're not working. It's about uniting and coming together, and how can we all thrive together, but working together in unity. And that's what is coming through really strong. But it starts with us taking responsibility for our own fears, for our own wounds. And the more you can actually clear these old wounds, these old patterns, these old programs, these old beliefs that are coming up, this is going to clear all those karmic cycles, not just from this lifetime, but several past lives. So I encourage you all to take responsibility for what's coming up for you, looking at those deep fears. Do you remember the movie Lord of the Rings? And when Gandalf, and you think that he's, died when he falls down into the dungeon. Well, what he was doing was actually and you're really working on his demons, his internal demons, and we all have them. That's why we're on this journey together, to really clean out, okay, what are all those blocks? What are those wounds? What are those old patterns that I'm still getting caught up in? And this is looking at those habits and behaviors, especially if they lead to addictions. So look at, and you got to be honest with yourself. And this is why I encourage you to do some really deep reflection, going within and looking at those old wounds, patterns that are no longer working for you. So this full moon is allowing us and shining like a big spotlight, like a flashlight, going, hey, look at this. And sometimes it's like, oh, it's dark, it's scary, but you are more powerful than this thing that you think is scary, or stopping you from actually looking at it. Once you acknowledge it and it's like, oh, I see you, guess what? It disappears, it dissolves. It's like, yeah, I acknowledge you. Thanks for showing me this. And now I'm transmuting the energy, I'm transforming it, and dissolving that energy, because all fear is false evidence appearing real. It's not even real. We've created these old patterns and beliefs in our mind, thinking that our fears are real, but really you're more powerful than you give yourself credit for. You are so powerful. The fact that you're here in this body at this time, on this journey, having this human experience, you chose to come here to experience all these events and situations, and the trauma, because we've all gone through trauma to different degrees, some more than others, depending on what your soul signed up for. So I really encourage you to step into your power and look at what's coming up for you. And also in regards to relationships, look at the relationships in your life and look at what is draining your energy, or where you're giving away your power. I did a post last week about boundaries. So this is about having really clear boundaries of honoring yourself and loving you first. Okay. And also with relationships, what's triggering you, and take responsibility, because there's always the cause and effect. And so are you at the cause or effect of things in your life? And remember the quote, I think it's a Gandhi quote, be the change you choose to see in the world. So this is where we together as one have the ability and the power to change the world into the world that we choose to live in. And so what's happening right now around the world with these old systems and things that are crumbling, it's like, well, those systems no longer are working, and we need to create something new government systems, new financial systems, new ways of coming together and working together for the highest good of all. And really looking at the power over, because again, coming back to that question, who's the authority in your life? Where have you been giving your power away to authority figures or government systems? And and again, I don't want to say too much on that, but we saw this through COVID, and all the truths coming to the surface now. So this is about endings and completion, especially old karmic cycles and legal matters. So some of my clients are going through a divorce, and it's like there's going to be a victory. And this is about ending those old cycles, and it's a reset. So it's a really exciting time. I just encourage you. So Capricorn is really powerful. It's a very strong energy of structure, of change, taking responsibility. It's also about setting new goals. So what I've been telling my clients is releasing the old and creating and writing out your new chapter of your life. And it's interesting, some of my clients, they've all moved house. So changing complete environment, changing jobs, changing relationships, change. So change is really strong right now for so many. So reevaluate in your life what changes are needed in your life. Okay. And just ask yourself, because it's like this comes back to your soul's mission and your soul's purpose, the meaning of your life, and do some journaling around that. And because we make meaning out of different things and different situations or the external world, but really come back and listen to your soul. You have all the answers within you, and you know this on a multi-dimensional layer. You have all the answers. So bring that inner wisdom through and listen to your heart, listen to your soul, and trust that wisdom that is coming through. And feel every choice and decision that you make, and everything that you are asked. It's like, well, if I do this, how does that feel? If I do this, how does that feel? And always make the choices that make you feel strong. Okay, so I'm going to choose a card for the collective first, and then I'll go around everybody and choose a card individually for everybody. But let me know if you've got any questions. Pop that in the chat, and also on Facebook and Instagram, if you have any questions. This one's about to, oh my God, look at the card I just got, power. This is what we're all feeling right now, is stepping into our power, into our sovereignty, and recognizing that we do have the power within. Remember, as a soul, as a being, nothing and no one can hurt you, harm you, or destroy you. The universe has got your back. You are so protected and safe on a daily basis. And you have all this protection around you. And this is why it's really important to take responsibility for the actions that you take at this time, and and the choices you are making at this time. Okay, let me just open up the chat so I can And yeah, Shirley says reconciliation possibilities, um and how long is Capricorn around for change, structure, setting new goals? Well, the energy is going to, because this is a really powerful time of the 29th degree in Capricorn, but at the beginning of the month, we had the first degree. So this energy is going to continue, especially for the next 6 months, but the next 2 years. So this is where this is a huge evolution for our consciousness. This is an opportunity for us to step into our power, to take responsibility for the cause and effect of what we're creating in our life, and make changes that are no longer working for us, and looking at those old habits or behaviors or things. I mean, we all have them. So it's about really looking at those on a micro level. Okay, let me share the extended message of power, because this is one of the major arcana cards, and it is a very powerful card in itself. So, as a spiritual being, you have unlimited power at your command. This card represents inner strength, willpower, courage, compassion, generosity, and love. At any moment, these beautiful qualities can assist you in coping with an adverse condition in front of you, or many surrounding your life. So set aside the necessary time to resolve such issues. Power represents more than physical external strength. It can also be channeled emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. When you have balance over body, mind, and soul, and with the power of spirit, anything can be overcome to achieve a positive result. Power and strength can be developed to work in harmony in any given situation. Every obstacle, every error helps build your knowledge and understanding of the world around you. When you make a mistake, it's a chance for you to stop, listen, and ask yourself, and you can write these questions down. What am I supposed to be learning here? And how can I make this situation better? So, mistakes are great wake up calls, and in that, they provide you with opportunities to discover your weaknesses, what needs to be changed, and which areas of your life need improving. Equally, they can be blessings in disguise. And just remember, you are power. So, this card is all about the strength that you have. And because, like I said, we're clearing lifetimes of karmic cycles here. And this is, our whole family lineage that we're clearing. So, it's a really powerful time, and we're learning from all these emotional patterns. Okay. um okay, a couple of people have, I know everyone's here. So put in the chat if you would like a card, and I've actually got another deck of the Good Tarot as well, and any questions that you have from what we're talking about. Because I also want to say, don't get caught up in the fear and what's happening in the external world um, out there, and don't get caught up in the drama or the chaos out there, because there's a lot, and especially with social media, we are bombarded with all these notifications and all these new videos that are coming up about, the certain dramas in the world. And and what happens if you click on one? Well, guess what? The algorithm just feeds you more and more and more. So, okay, as I was shuffling, this card just jumped out. So I'll just share the meaning. because I haven't actually tuned into anyone specifically on this call. So this is one for everyone on this conversation right now. So the sixth of air that just jumped out is the rite of passage, a necessary change in thinking to gain greater wisdom. However, turbulent the waters at the moment, I trust that if I create calm within, my outer conditions will soon be calm too. I'm conditioned to expect troubles ahead, but I have shifted my awareness and know that I can choose to believe that stepping into the unknown will bring me to what I truly desire. I am in a transition to something better. And that's exactly what we're in right now. It's like this rite of passage. Okay. Yes, it is turbulent times, but like I said, we are the creators of our reality as well as the world that we're creating. And that's why unity, coming together, is so important at this time, so that we can actually feel into the changes we choose to make as an individual, as well as for the planet and as a whole, and also for our the relationships with our brothers and sisters and around the world, and have compassion and love for yourself first, and then love and compassion for your brothers and sisters around the world. Okay, so the first one we are doing is Mark. Okay, and just put in the chat, and then we'll do Sully and Shirley. And okay, Mark. We'll see if one jumps out. Mark in New Zealand. We've got people all over. Okay. Okay, this one jumped out for you, Mark, and it is the Page of Fire. So, the Page of Fire is enthusiastic action, adventurous and venturing forth, beginning a project, acting on a new idea. And the message for you, Mark, is I am free to venture forth for co-creating a life true to my desire is my right. I'm finding my purpose as I take the first step into something new, and my ideas have value, and I dream boldly. So I love that for you. And let me just let in Maggie. So Mark, it's like I know that you're taking courageous steps forward. You're creating so many new things in your life, and new projects, new goals. So this is a perfect card. Does that resonate for you?
Thank you so much, Linda Joy. Surely, yeah, it does, because I've just actioned things yesterday, today, and towards that too. Yeah, so it's confirmation. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah. So take courageous, bold, confident steps forward in your business, in your personal life, and everything that you are creating, and all these new projects that you're putting in place and putting energy into, and just keep trusting. And also with your affirmations and everything that you're doing on a daily basis, just keep saying thank you for the outcome for each of these projects that you're doing.
Thank you, because I just reached out to make an appointment earlier, and they put it off till Monday, which is gives me just a couple more days to complete the project. So, and it's something you probably know about too that I'm working towards. So, thank you very much.
My pleasure. And, and sometimes when meetings or things that are delayed, it's the universe giving us time and space to gather our energy, to gather our thoughts, and to set the foundation so that when you do have that meeting or you action that project or make that decision, that you're coming from a centered, grounded place of clarity and certainty. And so just know that the universe is divinely working through us to create these perfect situations in divine time. Sometimes it may not be in our timing, but just keep trusting and having faith.
Goes with my
Yeah,
previous card, patience, right?
exactly. Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It's a great follow on. Just have
Yeah.
patience and keep trusting and having faith, one step in front of the other, and yeah, and just being in this place of gratitude, keep connecting with your heart and taking responsibility for maybe some self-sabotage where, it's like you've blocked certain things, but it's going, oh, I see that pattern now. And that's what the full moon is all about, is recognizing the patterns that we are holding within us. And then that's coming to the surface. So when we can recognize it, and it's like, oh, okay, well, let me release that. And so it's perfect timing that this meeting has been postponed a week,
I think
because
it is
this
too.
week
Yeah.
you can continue just to clear out whatever needs to be cleared in order for you to step in to the new.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. So and Maggie's here. Okay, great to have you, Maggie. And now I'm choosing a card for Sully Nina. Sully, great to have you here. Thank you. And we'll just again see what jumps out. And you're welcome. And Mark, there's a message from Maggie in the chat. Yeah. Getting this one for you, Sully. This is the Two of Air. And so the energy at the moment is, yeah, very, very interesting, because it is bringing up, this is a time of our inner healing. Okay, so looking at those wounds and bringing through, channeling that healing energy to those parts that feel wounded within ourselves. And like I said, when you do this clearing, it will clear your whole family lineage from all generations on both sides. So the Two of Air is actually interesting. It's saying stalemate, uncertainty, and considering options. Take a time to break, to consider my options and think about things. There is no need to rush forward. The perfect answer for the highest good will come to me if I take my time and remain in a peaceful state of mind. So, Sully, for you, take a step back. I don't know what your question was, but take a step back and do some deep breathing, meditate, and connecting with nature and grounding. Go out in nature, put your bare feet on the grass, connect with the earth, and just stop, especially when there's a lot of uncertainty happening in your life. This can bring up fears. And so release. This is what this full moon is about, is looking at those fears, looking at the old patterns that are bringing up fear or uncertainty, and releasing it, and allowing yourself to come back. And so send all those old energies that no longer belong to you, send it out, and then come back into alignment with your heart, with your soul. Does that make sense, Sully?
Yes,
And
thank you. Thank you so much for that.
my my
Hi,
my pleasure. Did that
it's so
resonate?
interesting. Yeah, yeah, totally. It's so interesting you mentioned that because my business name is actually Inner Magic Healing, and you mentioned the inner healing. Um, so that's so
Beautiful.
interesting. Yeah. And that's I
And
love to just like step into that full time. And I'm also currently like working. So that's where I'm at right now. So it makes sense. Thank you.
beautiful. And that's why we're on this human journey, is to clear these blocks, to clear those parts. And there is, as doing this human journey, no one's perfect. We all have these parts, or these blind spots, or these aspects, or these shadow parts, and that's what we're here to heal. So everything comes back to our inner healing, and looking at those parts within, looking at those shadows. And what the full moon does is shines a light on the darkness. So it puts a spotlight on those areas. So I'd recommend doing some journaling after this, and looking at those areas of your life. And then, yeah, this will actually help you in your business, because the tools that you're using to clear for yourself these wounds or these patterns, you can then share that with others and help them to clear the same patterns. Yeah. So, oh, and you're also an air sign. I love that. Okay. So, who is next? Shirley. Thanks for being here, Shirley. Great to have you. And we had a quick chat before we started the live. And so let's catch up one to one. So, Shirley, I will just feel into which card jumps out for you. Oh, that one. Okay. So we have 6 of air, Shirley. This is another air card. And so this is the same card. Remember, this is the card that I chose that jumped out before we started the individual readings. And it's the rite of passage, a necessary change in thinking to gain greater wisdom. However turbulent the waters are at the moment, I trust that if I create calm within, my outer conditions will soon be calm too. I'm conditioned to expect troubles ahead, but I have shifted my awareness and know that I can choose to believe that stepping into the unknown will bring me to what I truly desire. I am in transition to something better. Absolutely, Shirley. And from our conversation that we had um, earlier, this definitely resonates, correct? Because this is you stepping into your power, but also your new beginnings. And I know it's with any turbulent times, especially relationship breakups, and or even career changes, anything that's a sudden like shock, and it's a jolt, and it can be quite traumatic for our nervous system emotionally. But just trust that you're being protected, and yeah, you are so protected. The angels, the universe has got your back. So follow your inner guidance. Let's catch up and have a one-to-one, and we'll go deeper into that. And thanks for being here, Angie. Let me know if you would like a card. Also, Maggie, great to have you here. And who else would like a card? Anna. Anna, would you like a card? Yes, thank you. Okay, beautiful. So this one is for Anna. Oh, we got two that jumped out, Anna. And they're both major arcana cards, which is very interesting. Can you see that? We have the Magician and the Empress. So this is two really powerful cards. And Angie, okay. So the Magician is all about alchemy, being the alchemist. And so when you're in alignment with your spirit's will, miracles are possible. That's why I do these magical Mondays. It's about stepping into the magic of who you truly are, because you are the magician of your life, and go out and create those miracles. Okay, the message is, when I see this card, I'm reminded that my will and skill alone will yield limited results. When I remember my partnership with spirit, all is well. I'm required to explore my commitment to this co-creative alchemical relationship and see the results manifest beautifully through me. Spirit works magic. Absolutely. And that goes for everybody. We are in relationship with spirit, God, the universe, whatever calls true in your heart. And so we are co-creating together for our highest good and destiny, and the highest good and destiny for all on the planet as well as the universe. Okay, that's really important. So the second card, Anna, you got actually two cards that jumped out. So I'll share the meaning, because the Empress is all about fertility. It's all about creating new projects, planning your goals. And that's also about Capricorn energy that we're in right now. It's about achievement and ambition and setting clear goals for your destiny. So this is a wonderful time to give birth to new ideas and experiences. Nourishment is assured as I step into a new version of myself. My life is rich and ripe with possibility that I can manifest and create. I am a powerful co-creator, and life loves me right now. My world is brimming with potential and infinite possibility that will manifest for the highest good. Absolutely. And that's what my Bend method is all about. It's about balance, energy, nurture and nourish. And then the fifth step is stepping into the new version of you, stepping into your new life, stepping into your new chapter. And that's what I coach people through, is working through and creating more balance in your life, having more energy on a daily basis, and also nurturing and nourishing your mind, your body, and your spirit. And when all of those are in harmony together, well, you are the new version of you. So I love those two cards, and that is very powerful message. So well done. Maggie, absolutely. You can have a card, and let me just and Angie, yes. Yes. You're welcome, Anna. You're welcome, and great to have you here. So we are going to, who was first? Angie. Okay, so Angie and then Maggie. Okay, Angie, great to have you here, lovely. Awesome. And you in Brisbane, Angie? Yep. Whoa. Nope, I just dropped a whole heap. Just a moment. Very interesting. You know, there's no coincidences. It's like they're just scattered all over. Anyway, this is a card for Angie, and this one just flipped. So we have the Eight of Water for you, Angie, and water is I mentioned this in one of the other readings on the importance of water because our body is all water, and that's another way of programming ourselves in our body and the water that we drink, and also for our well-being. Because if you think about, the water comes from the sky, okay, but it's actually from the cosmos. Then it gets absorbed and it's in this whole cycle. So the water we are part of the stars, of the planets, of the universe. And so really feel that, every time you drink a glass of water, it's like we're digesting this and filling every cell in our body, which has got so many benefits I won't go into, but it's like we are part of the one universe. We are God within. Okay, so the message for you, sorry, that's the three of water, and it is about celebrating, enjoying community, sharing, exuberance, team spirit, common goal, and friendship. So joy and excitement flow among all those gathered. I embrace being a part of something larger than myself. It's time to delight in the camaraderie as I experience the greater whole that is my community or team. And we buoy each other and play together as we co-create. We are friends, family, and companions, sharing our experiences. It is a time to remember we must accept each other as we are, with both shadow and light within. So that's your card, Angie. So does that resonate with you? And really, like, everyone, yeah, like I said before, have love and compassion for all your brothers and sisters, but to look at the light within you as well as the darkness, and transmute those darkness into light, and that's what we're experiencing right now.
Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's a great card. So let me know what unfolds for you this week. And thanks for joining us in the Facebook group as well. And great to have you there, and great to have you on the live today. So, okay, Maggie, we are going to choose a card. And this is for Maggie. Do you have a question, Maggie?
Oh gosh, so many, I guess. I know it's an important night with the full moon, so it's like almost 11 o'clock at night here to me, and I have been trying to manifest today.
What are you manifesting?
Trying to manifest to prove I haven't been feeling well. I've been having a lot of physical and emotional turbulence. And I know with everything that's been going on, it's that's sort of been normal. So I think knowing that, because I've come to your sessions, I've learned that, and it's helped give me peace and calm and made me go, it's going to be okay. Just ride the wave and it'll all get better. So I think I'm
Exactly.
looking to just, have continued healing and to get stronger. And
Beautiful. Like I said before, yeah, spend this time, especially since, yeah, you're right under the full moon right now,
right.
is yeah, allow yourself to clear and cleanse that energy of what you're feeling, um, and write it out and then burn it under the full moon, and release it. And then when you go to sleep tonight, just keep saying thank you. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for my new beginnings. And thank you for transmuting these dark shadows into light, because that's who you truly are. And then you can actually just, the more internal healing and that you bring through, that healing energy, just keep seeing your light codes, just keep lighting up. So you're turning the shadows into light, and that's who you truly are. So you're just stepping into your true essence of who you truly are. So well
Oh,
done,
thank you.
Maggie.
Thank you.
And with all the changes going on right now, you'll everyone will keep feeling this energy for the next
Yeah.
couple of years, because it's powerful. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I agree. But I have faith that I know it's all, the universe has a plan, and that it's all going to work out. So I think I've found more peace of late, with that, where before I was just, grieving a lot, I lost my mom like 4 years ago.
Hmm. She's still around you.
I know. I just miss her.
We'll talk to her. Well, when
I
you
do.
do a meditation, just call her in and go hi, because she's definitely around you. So look for the signs. Say, okay, Mum, show me a sign when you're here, and it's you'll see different signs. It could be flashing lights or something being
Yeah.
moved. Seeing
And
a
I
feather,
often, when I see birds, I always,
a
she
bird.
loved birds. So
Absolutely.
that makes me think of her.
Yeah, but birds are a very powerful messenger, and so and just each time, and just ask the birds, and just know that she is with you. Okay, so Maggie, I'm
Thank
going
you.
to make 3 piles,
Okay.
and your mum's actually really proud of the
Oh,
the internal work that you're doing, because you're clearing, and I said this before, the karmic patterns and cycles from all
yeah.
generations in your family lineage. So
Yes.
yeah, this is
Thank you for sharing
well
that.
done. Absolutely. Um, it's when you take responsibility and do your own internal work, the universe rewards you. And so just trust that.
I just today was telling a friend on Facebook who was feeling, he was just being so negative and making all negative comments. And I told him about, the law of attraction. What you put out is what you're going to get back. And I truly believe that.
Hmm. Yes, definitely. And just keep sending love to those that are
Yes.
um not feeling this on the same wavelength, feeling the love. And because they too are clearing their old patterns, So if they're
Right.
feeling the negativity or getting caught up in all the drama and the chaos, and the negativity in the world, that's just a reflection of the negativity that they're feeling within them. And so
Right, right.
why the full moon is a powerful time to look at those negative aspects of ourselves and look at where we're not loving ourselves and change it.
Yes.
And this is
Sounds
the
so simple, right? It is, and we make
well,
it so complicated.
yeah, it is very simple. You know,
Yeah.
in my business, you know, when I'm coaching clients, when I'm working with groups, really they're just spiritual guide and mentor and coach, and just empowering them to step into who they truly are.
Right,
And then when
right.
you do that, then you your whole
It's
life
like a,
takes off.
yeah,
Everything that's
yeah.
been challenging in your life completely changes to something better as you step into the new version of you.
Mm.
So, and
That's what I'm wanting and welcoming and hoping.
well, just know, stop hoping, because then
Yes, true.
you're just stuck in, you know, hope. Whereas when you know and feel, you feel that certainty, and
Okay.
you just keep saying thank you. Okay, so Maggie, I am going to make 3 piles. I've shuffled them up. So tune in 1, 2, or 3 and pick a number.
I feel like 1 and 3, so but I feel like 1 was first, so I'm gonna say 1.
Okay, so we have a 2 of earth for
Oh,
you, and it is, and I'm not sure what work you do, but this is all about pleasurable work, adaptability, and balance between work and play. So the message is, my efforts bring me joy. Play and work are not separate because what I'm doing is actually fun. If conditions change, I can switch gears easily. I am fully present in the excitement of creativity and am eager to experience the surprises that occur when seeds I have planted take root, sprout, and develop in unexpected ways. This is a time for flexibility and trust in how the universe will shape what is coming into being. One way or another, my dreams manifest in the material world. I love that, Maggie.
wow, wow. You know, it's
So
so ironic because I worked for a company, a corporation for almost 17 years and was laid off in March. And I've been
good.
taking time to just heal and grieve
Mhm.
the loss. You know, I've had a lot of loss over the past 4 years. So it's, I feel like I feel like there's a transition that's happening. And it's nice to
Absolutely.
be reassured.
And so it's actually a blessing.
Right.
A blessing in disguise, because when the universe, this is what we're feeling right now, is the endings and completion. And when we're feeling those endings and completing old cycles that are no longer working, so the universe came in and it's like, well, this job no longer serves you because the universe has got something more magical for you awaiting. So it's stepping into your power and your certainty and your true essence of who you are, and trusting that. And it's like, okay, please show me, please teach me, please guide me on
Yeah.
my next step, and allow the magical miracles to unfold. And keep asking your mum for guidance, because she's
Yes.
definitely around you, and there's so many messages that are coming to you on a daily basis that are guiding you.
Wow.
So really be aware of,
Yeah.
every time you ask a question, just look at those signs,
Okay.
and you're being directed. You know, this is a whole change of direction for you.
Yes.
And also looking at, and I'll just share this, is also maybe changing up a few friends that are draining your
Wow.
energy and
Wow.
bringing you down.
I have ended some friendships recently. Or I've let go of those friendships. I want to say ended. I've let go of those friendships because they weren't serving me.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't
And
helping me.
send them love,
Yeah, exactly.
and
I
it's
miss
not
them.
about
Today I
judgment.
was
It's
missing them, you know, and almost wanting to reach out, but then I said, no, you can't, because you're just going to go back into your old patterns again, and that's not going to be healthy for you. So I need to be alone and be strong.
you're never alone. You've
True,
got
true.
thousands, 100,000,
Oh,
angels and beings
yeah.
around you all the time. And yeah, just remember, you're a powerful multi-dimensional being. So
Oh,
you're never alone.
thank you so
Okay.
much. What a beautiful, beautiful reading.
My pleasure. It has been wonderful to have you all here. Now, did I miss anybody?
No, I think you
Shirley,
got everybody.
Angie, Anna, Sully, beautiful, and Mark, awesome. And so if you have any questions, if you have um any questions or anything that you would like me to do an actual video on, or a class on, or a workshop, please let me know, because these are all the tools that I teach in my programs. The program at the moment is the Burnout to Bliss and Beyond program. And so all the tools that I've been teaching for decades is actually coming from my ancient wisdom that I'm sharing for humanity's evolution of this consciousness shift that we're all experiencing. So if you would like specific tools, let me know and I'll do a live on it. Okay. And I'll be doing, and break it up. It won't be the whole program all over, in one video. I'll just do little small snippets. So does anyone have any questions at the moment before we finish up?
I think always learning how to try to balance and ground, and tips like that are always helpful to me, because I'm still learning about that.
So one of the simplest things is going out barefoot, standing on the grass. Okay, connecting with Mother Earth, because at the soles of your feet, you have little spinning chakras. And when you suck up that earth energy and bring that unconditional love from Mother Earth up and bring it up to your heart, that will help you to ground. The other thing to ground is sending a grounding cord down from the base, from your hips, from the base of your spine, and sending that down into the earth. And then focus on your heart and do heart coherence breathing. I will do a separate video on this, because it's something a lot of people are asking for and they actually need. So I'll do a separate video on that. So thank you for asking that, Maggie. And I invite you all to actually book in for a one-to-one chat with me, where we can talk about more personal challenges that are coming up for you, and giving you individual strategies. And so I invite you all, and even if you're listening to the replay, book in for a one-to-one. You can find the link on my website, lindaben.com, and just book the chat, and that will go directly to my calendar, and you can find a time that works for you. If you can't find a time, just email me at lindaben.com, and I will manually find a time that works for you in your time zone. Okay. So sending much love and many blessings to you all. Go out and have a magical week. Go out and create those miracles, and just know you're so loved, you're so protected, you're so safe, and just ride this full moon energy through for the rest of the week, and just keep your inner healing going, and keep doing your inner work and clearing these old patterns and programs. If you need help or you need assistance, just reach out, and I'm here to help you. So much love, everyone, and thanks for
Thank you
being
so
here.
much. Thank you, Linda. Light and love to everyone.
My pleasure. I'll see you next time.
Yes.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.